Hello, my name is Gurjan Sia. I've done a lot after visiting a national mosque. Although I may have grown up in Malaysia, I've never attempted to better understand the practices of the Muslim. I've come to respect all Muslims with their diligence and faith towards their belief as they are obligated to perform 5 prayers a day, although the time of the prayers are flexible and accommodating to meet every individual's unique situation. I am thankful for the module for giving me the opportunity to be better acquainted with the another ethnic religion and to increase the knowledge of the second largest religion in the world.
Hi, my name is Isaac. I'm from BR12 and I'm here to talk about my visit to the National Mosque in KL. Uh, the mosque was built in 1965 as a symbol to our country's independence. The, the site of where the mosque is was once a church which, was built during the time of the British. Uh, what actually fascinated me the most about this mosque was its architectural design. I say this because the mosque has a very modern build. At the same time, it still keeps to its traditional designs and feels to concepts to it. Also, another thing that interested me about the mosque was its size. The main prayer hall of the mosque, can hold up to 15,000 people at a time, making this one of the biggest mosques in the whole of Asia.
Hi, my name is Shah. For this assignment, we went to National Mosque. The thing that I have learned is how to respect their culture and the root that is applied to their religion. When we went to the National Mosque, before we go into the mosque, the girl must wear the long dress and the tudung that they have provided. For Muslim thing that girls must wear long sleeve, long dress or pants to cover their body to avoid from exposing the skin to the opposite gender. However, Muslim girls need to wear tudung is because it's a part of their costume to wear, which is they must cover their unruly mean intimate part. Most of us are girls. We must respect their culture so that before we go into the mosque, we must wear the tudung and the long dress.
So the trip to National Mosque is not too bad. It's actually a little beneficial to me. What I've actually learned there was Makam Pahlawan was there and it's there. So Makam Pahlawan is actually not located in the main building where the huge prayer mosque is located. It's actually built separately. It's separated by a pond, so it's basically surrounded by water, so that the makam itself, the memorial, it actually doesn't touch the floor. So this is really different from the other previous times that I visited the National Mosque, probably because I've actually never noticed that it was there. But this time I finally seen it with my own eyes. It's just different. It changes my whole perspective of the National Mosque, of just a place to for Muslims, Islamic believers to go there, or tourists just to look at the mosque itself. But it actually brings up a different meaning where the heroes memorial is located.
Hi, my name is James, and from this trip, we went to the National Mosque of Malaysia for my group. Alright, so to be honest, it's my first time visiting mosque in Malaysia here in West Malaysia, because I'm from Sarawak, so I haven't been visiting any mosque in West Malaysia here. So actually, it's my first time, and I find it very interesting. Okay, so from this trip, I actually learned a few things. Alright, so first is how they actually make the visitors, the visitors especially, because the locals, they will know they have to wear really decent, only they can step into the mosque, right? So for the visitors for other countries, I learned that how they actually help the visitor wear the baju kurung to cover them, then only they can get to go in. Okay, then secondly would be we get to we don't really I actually wanted to see like how imam conduct the teaching, the lesson to the people, to the I think it's the students or the people, yeah, who actually go for the sembahyang. So actually we didn't to see is because we went during in the what or in the morning, so actually we didn't get to see. But also I was very surprised because most of the mosque, it was like the center of the mosque is supposed to be rounded, right, like half hemisphere. But I found out find this mosque very interesting is because the center of mosque is actually like like an atap. It's like a house, yeah, so it's like a triangle instead of hemisphere. Yeah, so I find it very interesting. So I think, and also the timing was a bit tight, so we didn't get to walk. I mean, we did get to walk around, but we didn't get to ask more information. I mean, like details from them. We do ask, but not so much due to the time restraint as well. So yes, that's all for my learning. Right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Jamie from VH10 Group 10, and me and my group members went to the National Mosque last weekend. So well, it is common to see various temples and mosques existing side by side, and each of them provides its own significant religious point of view. So as a Chinese, visiting the mosque was my ever first time experience. When we entered the mosque, we as girls were provided with a robe and a tudung as a respect to their religion, as you can see how the Muslim also wear it too. We were also required to remove our shoes before entering into the mosque. Basically, that I've learned throughout this whole journey is that in order to gain respect from others, we should be able to show them respect first.
Hello, my name is Nathan. My team and I went to the National Mosque, and it was amazing. The architecture was great, and it was my first time, so it was a new experience for me. And my team and I had a lot of teamwork traveling there, and it was amazing. And I've learned a few things that when we enter the mosque, we have to wear fully clothed and non-exposing skin attire, and as the girls they have to wear the hijab. And we have learned a few things there, which is the history of the National Mosque and the background, and few of the things that the Muslims have to pray 5 times a day and some other stuff. Thank you.
Hi, so from my reflection from my group assignment, we went to the National Mosque, and it is my first time stepping into the National Mosque as a Malaysian. But from what I've learned from the visitation is basically learning how to respect the other culture, because I'm a Chinese, obviously, and it is my first time, so they expect us to wear tudung and robe. So I actually gave it in and just wore it out of respect for the other culture. And when I actually stepped into the National Mosque, I have actually seen when they were in the prayer room, and they actually had this session where they come together as a group, a small group, and to learn more about the Quran. And so I thought that was really sincere of them to go back on a weekend, and as well as learning how they do their stuff and stuff like that. And of course, learning from the history back before. And yes, I actually really learned how to respect their culture, because from the workers over there, they are actually very strict on the attire. And so I really respect them for that, because they have the respect for their own culture. And so that's why. And other than that, I think I've been learning how to work as a team, because from this assignment I really do not know many of them, and in fact the group leader as well. And so I have been stepping out of my comfort zone to speak up a little bit more as a mini team member. So I really enjoyed my visitation, and I've actually learned quite a lot of things, and I wish to have more adventures of this again. So that's all for now. Thank you.